Your response for Shafe, the next big thing. Shafe is the next big thing. Things such as electricity, the Industrial Revolution, events that really changed the course of history is what you were talking about. Link in the comments to Shafe's video. If I don't get a chance to do it, if one of y'all could please be a dove and throw it in there. If you haven't seen it, for those who haven't seen it. As pointed out in Shafe's and my lifetime, our 50 years, our half a century, we've seen amazing innovations. Our grandparents saw amazing innovations. Our parents saw amazing intervention. You know, what's going to be the next big thing that we don't even know about? I was thinking as you were talking, and the first thought that came to mind was how long we go without having any sort of innovation. Example, the thousands, if not hundreds of years in between, I don't know, let's say 1000 AD, or for you, Sned, across the pond, is it ACE after Common Era, or is it just CE? I don't keep track of that heathen shit. But the first 1,000 years, you know, we had an innovation, I think, going from, say, like bronze to some of the steel alloys, but beyond that, not much really changed. Then all of a sudden, something does change. I would say you just get this leap of production, you know, from the Renaissance on. But, you know, what did you have between 1000 and the Renaissance? We're talking hundreds and hundreds of years. And then there's a breakthrough that just leads to a cluster of breakthroughs. An example for us and maybe our grandparents would be electricity, you know, innovations in flight. In our life, the innovations in computing, just real breakthroughs. And we could probably track the advancement of computing breakthroughs. But lately, we've witnessed a great advancement in programming execution, and that is the large language model programming. I believe that due to this large language model programming, we'll continue to see innovation. I think we're far from seeing this hundreds of year span where nothing's going to change. I believe because of LLMs, more commonly referred to as AI, it really brings programming and innovation to a more common person. An example of that also would be the printing press. You know, we were able to give greater access to people who have that innovation, and then boom, you spawn that creativity. What can cause regression, though? That's also on the horizon. You know, I was referring to the thousands of, as Sned calls, the thousands of the Common Era, CE. His land, my former land, that is the islands of south of Scotland, there was evidence of a greater culture, that is the Romans, and how they had expanded, but technology ended up regressing. There's always that possibility, right? Just some thoughts. Let's keep stirring this around if y'all are into it. I have some others, but I want to keep this at 5 minutes for you short attention span fucks out there. All right. Peace out, Cub Scout.